Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaura Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Ram.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram.
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Hare Hare, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram Ram,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram.
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, 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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Krishna Krishna, Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Hare, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare.
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare.
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Ram,
Hare Ram
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram,
Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram
Hare Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Hare
Hare Hare Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram
Hare Ram
Ram, Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare 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 Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare 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 Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Ram
Hare
Hare Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare
Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Shri
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Chaitanya
Hare
Prabhu
Hare,
Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi
Krishna,
Gaura
Hare
Bhaktavinda Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Ram Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
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 Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram Ram
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram, Hare
Hare Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Krishna, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Radha Radha Krishna, Gaur Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare
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 Krishna
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram
Krishna
Hare
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 Krishna
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Hare
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 Ram,
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
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 Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram
Ram
Ram Ram
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna Krishna
Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Ram Hare Krishna Ram Ram Hare Krishna Hare Ram Ram Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram 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 Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram 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 Hare Hare Krishna, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare 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 Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Shri Sati Gaura Bhakta Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Ram, Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Hare
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare 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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Rama, Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama.
Ram, Ram Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Rama
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram, Ram.
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Hare.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Ram, Ram.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram, Ram,
Rama,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram, Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Ram,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare
Rama,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram, Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, 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 Hare
Rama, Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Ram, 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 Ram.
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Ram, Hare Ram, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare
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 Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram Ram,
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna Krishna,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram
Hare
Ram, Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama,
Hare Ram,
Rama
Ram Ram,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Ram, Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram Ram,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Krishna,
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare
Ram Ram, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Ram,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Ram,
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram,
Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna, Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare.
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna.
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Hare,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare.
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Hare
Hare,
Ram,
Hare
Krishna,
Ram, Hare
Krishna
Hare.
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Rama,
Hare
जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तः हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम राम हरे हरे
Krishna 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 Hare
हरे
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram
हरे
Ram
कृष्ण
Ram
Hare
कृष्ण
Ram, Ram
कृष्ण
Ram, Hare
हरे
Hare,
हरे
Hare
राम
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
राम
Krishna
राम
Krishna,
राम
Hare
हरे
Hare
Hare
हरे
Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Ram
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 Ram,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 कृष्ण
Krishna,
कृष्ण
Hare
कृष्ण
Krishna,
हरे
Hare
हरे
Hare
हरे
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Krishna
Ram Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Ram, Hare
Krishna
Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Krishna, Ram, Hare
Ram
Ram,
Hare
Ram
Ram Ram Ram Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
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 Ram, Ram
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Ram,
Ram Hare
Ram,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Hare Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Ram
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Krishna
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
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 Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
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 Hare,
Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare Hare
Rama
Hare Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Hare,
Ram Hare Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Ram Hare
Hare
Ram Ram
Krishna,
Ram
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram Hare Ram Ram
Hare
Ram Hare
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Ram
Rama
Hare Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Ram 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 Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Ram Hare
Hare Rama,
Ram Ram
Rama
Ram Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
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 Krishna,
Hare
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 Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Ram
Rama,
Hare
Rama
Ram Ram
Rama,
Ram
Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Ram. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram
Very good.
Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram Hare Krishna 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 Hare Ram Hare Ram 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 Hare Ram Krishna Krishna Hare Ram
Hare Krishna.
Hare Ram Hare Krishna Prabhuji
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. This one.
Hare Krishna
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes. All right, so we'll read Srimad Bhagavatam now. It's 7 o'clock.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. If anybody like to say anything, then you can also raise your hand. If you don't want to speak or something like that, you can raise your hand. If there is any questions or like that. Okay, so we'll read, let's see which verse we are on. So let's recite some verses. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Presthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktivinoda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare
So say Narayana
Narayanam Namaskrityam Naran Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudiret. Okay, so many verses we can recite. Jayatam Suratur Pangur Mama Manda Matir Gati Mat Sarvasva Padam Bhojo Radha Madana Mohano Divya Vrindaranyat Kalpa Drumada Srimad Ratnagara Sinhasanasto Srimad Radha Shila Govinda Devo Prishtali Sevyamano Swarami Shrimanarasarasarambhi Vamshi Vata Tatastitaha Karshanvenu Swaner Gopinath Shriyastuna Ajanulambita Bhujo Kanakavadato Sankirtanaika Pitaro Kamalaya Taksho Vishwambharo Dvijavaro Yugadharma Palo Vande Jagat Priyakaro Karuणावतारो Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahodito Gaudadaya Pushpavanto Chitro Shando Tamonudo Panchatattvatmakam Krishnam Bhaktarupa Swarupakam Bhaktavataram Bhaktakyam Namami Bhakta Shaktikam Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Goratvishe Namaha Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagathitaya Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopa Kumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Okay, we'll stop here because we go on. Okay, so we will verse number 7923.
We completed 24.
Oh, okay. 24 will be completed. My bookmark is not right. Okay, so 7925 then. Okay, the verse we memorized. Kutra shisha shruti shukha, kutra shisha shruti sukha, mrigatrishni rupaha, kvedam kalevaram ashesha rujam virohaha. Nirvidyate na tu jano yadapiti vidvan, kamanalam madhulavai shamayan durapai. So, Prahlad is saying, Kutra. Kutra is like, in Gujarati we say Kutro is like dog, but here Kutra is where? Where? Ashish. Ashish means Ashirvad. Ashirvad means benedictions. Ashish. Kutra Shisha. Where are the blessings? Right? Or where are the benedictions? Where are the benefits? That's how it starts. Where are the benefits? Kutra Shisha. Shruti Shukha. Shruti means hearing and Sukha means happiness. So he's saying, simply pleasing to hear of. Mrigatrishni Rupaha. So we'll come to the Mrigatrishni. Mriga is like a deer, and Trishna means thirst. So when a deer is thirsty, it runs after the mirage in the desert. So that is what this is referring to. Rupaha means there is a form. Rupa means form. So there is a form of mirage in the desert, and the deer runs after that, thinking that there is water. So that is what this is describing. Exactly like a mirage in the desert. Kwa. Kwa is where. Kutra is where. Kwa is also where. Kvedam. Okay. Brigat Rishnupa. Kvedam. Kwa idam. Where this. Kalevaram is the body. Ashesh. Ashesh means unlimited. Shesh means limited. Ashesh means unlimited. Rujam is disease. Virohaha. The place for generating. So basically, the body is a place for generation of various kinds of diseases. Nirvidyate. Nirvidyate means what? Become satiated. Nobody is satiated. Natu jano yadapiti vidvan. Vidvan means learned. Anyway, we'll just go through the Kama nalam. Anala is fire, and Kama means desires, material desires or lust. Madhu lavai. Madhu is honey, and lavai is drops. So, drops of honey. Shamayan, controlling, and Durapai, very difficult to obtain. Okay, so Prabhupada has put for us in a nice translation. Otherwise, we cannot, it's very difficult to put this whole in a meaningful sentence. So Prabhupada has made it possible. So he says, translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. In this material world, sorry, 1 minute. In this material world, every living entity desires some future happiness, which is exactly like a mirage in the desert. So Maya presents a promise of future material enjoyment. In future, I will enjoy. Now I'm suffering, but in future it will. So we run after it. Then he's saying, where is water in the desert? Or in other words, where is the happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. So we'll just read the translation and then see each sentence and then read the purport also. Where is water in the desert? Or in other words, where is happiness in this material world? As for this body, what is its value? It is merely a source of various diseases. The so-called philosophers, scientists, and politicians know this very well. But nonetheless, they aspire for temporary happiness. Happiness is very difficult to obtain, but because they are unable to control their senses, they run after the so-called happiness of the material world and never come to the right conclusion. Very nice. Prabhupada is translated. So basically this verse is saying that we run after there is a promise that in future there'll be some material enjoyment, and so we run after it. And or we engage in sense gratification and we get some feeling of happiness, right? Immediately we get. As soon we say material happiness gives instant gratification. As soon as you bring your senses in contact with the sense objects, there is instant enjoyment. Like if you put a nice gulab jamun on your tongue, immediately you get enjoyment, right? As soon as the senses come in contact with the sense objects. So Prabhupada said there is maybe some feeling of happiness or enjoyment in sense gratification, but it is the ultimate enemy of the sense enjoyer. Ultimate enemy means because we become accustomed to it, we become addicted to it. And then the reason it is said it is ultimate enemy because we stop seeking happiness through self-realization. Because we become addicted to this happiness, and it is easily available. It is instantly available. So we run after that happiness, and it is the ultimate enemy because then you don't pursue self-realization. The more you are in sense enjoyment, then lesser your desires for self-realization, to understand who you are, how you are not this body. Because sense gratification means bodily conception of life. I'm thinking I'm this body. And so, so all knowing all this, even though we know all this, why can't we stop? Many reasons. Even in Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna says, Atha kena prayukto yam papam charati purusha. Anichan api varshneya baladiva niyojitaha. He says, Krishna, what is it that impels a man to act against his own will, as if by force, even though he knows it is wrong? He still does the wrong thing, right? What is it that impels him to do such a thing? And of course, Krishna says, Kama isha, Krodha isha, Rajoguna samudbhava, Mahashano mahapapma vidhiyenam hivairinam. He says, oh, it is lust only, which is born of contact with the mode of passion and later transformed into wrath, and is the ultimate devouring enemy of this world. So our strong addiction to material enjoyment is basically stopping us. Even though we know something is wrong, we cannot stop it because we have strong attachment to sense gratification. Because knowledge itself is not enough, because our knowledge is not a realization yet. Knowledge is there. Yeah, that Arjuna is saying, even though he knows it is wrong, but he cannot stop it. So knowledge itself is not going to help. Of course, knowledge is the first thing we have to know, but then knowledge has to become a realization. And another reason could be because we are not getting higher taste. We are not getting higher taste in bhakti. That is why mercy of Vaishnava, mercy of Krishna has to be there. Otherwise, you cannot. And so that mercy may not be there because we are not fully surrendered. Right? We are not following the path. 1 minute, this phone is beeping. I don't know, I stopped the chirping, but it's chirping. Okay, we are not following the path that is given by the great souls, right, Mahajans. So, like Srila Prabhupada. Prabhupada has given us the path. We are not following the path properly, not consistently following the path, and following, but maybe just for the sake of following, not in the right consciousness. That is also there. We are just managing to somehow chant our 16 rounds, somehow or other, just get to the number, so that we can do other things, right? One devotee was saying, we are just wanting to finish our round so we can get to other more important things. But those who have taste in chanting, they want to finish other things so that they can get to chanting. This is our situation. Our association may not be pure, right? Our association may not be pure. And why we are not able to follow? Of course, Krishna says, Kama Isha, we have material desires in our heart. So what is the remedy? The remedy is to do opposite of all these things. Get a higher taste, follow the path given by Mahajans, have pure association, give up material desires. Don't follow just for the sake of following, but do it in the right consciousness. So these are all the do it consistently. These are the remedies for the problems. Okay, so with everything in this material world, there are 3 or 4 possibilities, right? If you examine, um, you want something, you may not get it. That's one possibility. You may want to become the richest man, or you may want to marry somebody, the most beautiful uh, lady in this world, but you may not you may not get that. So that is one possibility. Second is that leads to frustration. Second is what? You want something, you get it, but it is not exactly how you thought it was. It will, after some time, it doesn't give you that satisfaction that you thought it would give you. So that is second possibility. Like many times, you go to some place having some high expectation, or to Disney World or something. I'll enjoy there, but then you have to stand in a big line there and in the sun. And I never went, but hear people saying like that. Oh, there was so much crowd, and we were thinking that we'll enjoy, and you have to go through so much struggle and like that. And or sometimes, yeah. So that is there. Or you may get it, but it turns out opposite of what you want. I cannot live without you. Like love marriage, right? Starts with all, I cannot live without you. And after some time, I can't live with you. Completely opposite happens. So that also gives you frustration. Third possibility is that you want it, you get it, and you like it. But anytime, finished. Anytime it can be over. Because anytime disease can start in the body. You may have the nicest spouse or nicest family, but anytime the disease can start in the body, and serious diseases like cancer, then all hopes of enjoyment are over. Because once the body is diseased, then what can you enjoy? So our enjoyment can be obstructed at every step. There is so many obstacles to enjoyment. We may not get what we want like that. So there is a song, right? Kamala dala jala jivana talamala bhajahu haripada niti re. Our life is like very fragile. Like UPS, they list many goods as fragile because they can break. So our life is very fragile, like a drop of water. So what we should do? We should pursue self-realization. Self-realization should be pursued. We should on the basis of non-existence, Prabhupada writes in one place, on the basis of non-existence of this material body, means getting out of the bodily conception of life, we should pursue self-realization. Don't remain in the bodily conception of life. How we can get out of bodily conception? By spiritual practices, by practicing detachment. What is making us identify with the body? That I am this body. What is making us identify? It is our mind and intelligence, or false ego, you could say, right? So the mind and the intelligence is making us identify with this body, and the material mind and the material intelligence. So we should not identify or follow our mind or material intelligence. Of course, it is easy to say like this, easier said than done, we say. But we have to keep the right association, good sadhana. And we have to avoid activities or thoughts which enhances the bodily concepts of life. So we have to avoid those things which increase the bodily conception of life, and thoughts also that increase the bodily conception of life. and do those activities, those spiritual activities which will free you from this bodily conception, like chanting the Mahamantra. So here Prahlad is saying that the lure, the temptation of sense gratification is so strong that we are willing to undergo a lot of misery for little drops of honey. For little some happiness, we are willing to go through, even sometimes at the cost of our reputation. We say, if what is this? If money is lost, nothing is lost, right? If health is lost, something is lost. If our reputation is lost, everything is lost. But even at the cost of our reputation, because we want to enjoy those drops of honey, we are willing to sacrifice even our reputation. So because the lure, the temptation of sense gratification is so strong, so the only remedy of all this is to chant Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, and surrender to Krishna. There was one lecture by Radhanath Swami. He was saying, Maya will not let you go until you surrender. Maya will not let you go until you surrender. So Maya knows our weak points. What are our weak points? Everybody has their weak points, right? And so Maya knows what are our weak points. And we say a chain is as strong as its weakest link. So Maya knows where we are weak, and that is where it focuses. Your weakness may be different from my weakness, but that is where Maya focuses, because Maya will not let go. Maya will not let anybody go out of this material world until you surrender to Krishna. So he wants to make sure, like in the story of Gajendra, right? This was the Gajendra lecture. He was saying that Maya is represented by the crocodile. And Gajendra tried all his best with the help of his relatives, but nothing worked. Then finally, he surrendered to Krishna. He surrendered to Krishna. He picked up the lotus flower and offered it, like in a prayerful mood, to Krishna. So I'm not saying we should not try, but what we should try to surrender. Try to surrender to Krishna. That is the main thing. So we have this. We need protection. Krishna, please protect me. Krishna, please protect me. So we have this song, right? That what was that? Lord Chaitanya used to sing.
Krishna, 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 Hare Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Raksha
Krishna.
Mam.
No, there are 6 lines, I think.
Yeah,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Rakshama.
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna, Pahi
Pahi
Ma,
Mam.
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Raghava,
Ram,
Rama Raghava,
Ram,
Rama Raghava,
Ram,
Rakshama.
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna,
Keshava, Krishna
Krishna,
Keshava,
Kesava, Krishna, Kesava,
Keshava.
Pahi Ma.
Sometimes they sing in the Bangla Arati also, I've heard they are singing. So Krishna, Krishna, oh Krishna, please protect me, please protect me, please protect me from my own mind and my own material desires. Krishna, please protect me from myself, right? Prabhupada says, what is the greatest obstacle to spiritual life? He says, greatest obstacle is you. Your mind is the greatest obstacle. So we need protection from ourselves, from our own mind. And Krishna, please protect me. Raksha Mam. And what is Pahi Mam? Pahi Mam is also like that.
Maintain me.
Maintain me. Please, Krishna, please protect me. Please. As Prabhupada was always praying to Krishna. Prabhupada was praying to Krishna. Krishna, please protect me. Let me never fall down. Let me never fall down. Krishna, please, please protect me. Please protect me. So we have to go to Krishna and be always afraid of Maya. Prabhupada also said, the problem with my disciples, Western disciples, he said like that, is they are not sufficiently afraid of Maya. So we should be afraid of Maya and we should take shelter of Krishna. Never think that, I'm senior devotee. I have done so much devotional service. I'm chanting for so many years. So I am now, immune to Maya. So always we have to feel we are vulnerable and seek Krishna's protection. I'm very weak. Krishna, I'm very weak. I'm not very strong. So Krishna, please help me. I've come to you. Because it takes only a moment. It takes only a moment for our mind to divert us, to hijack our consciousness. It only takes a moment. Like we say, Churasya Dhara, Churasya Dhara. There is a verse like that.
निश्चिता दुरत्या
Nishitta Durataya,
तत्त्वं पठन्
Tatkavayo Vadanti, Uttishta Jagrata, Prapya Varan Nibodhata. This is like the Upanishads, right? It's from some Upanishad. It is said, now that you've got the human form of life, Uttishta, Uttishta Jagrata, Prapya Varan. Means boon. You've got this boon in the human form of life, so wake up and pursue the path of spiritual life, but the path of spiritual life is very sharp like a razor. If you don't have, if you are shaving with a sharp razor, but if you're not very attentive, then cut will come. Cut will come. Like how much time it takes for an accident to happen? Just a few moments, right? If you change the lane without looking in your blind spot, let's say there's a car in your blind spot and you didn't notice it and you just change your lane. How much time it takes to change the lane? It takes only a few seconds. But dham, this big crash. So so it takes only some little, yeah, moment. So Thomas Jefferson, he said the price of freedom is eternal vigilance. Prabhupada also said, first you have to be conscious, then you can be Krishna conscious. So always be vigilant with your thoughts, with your desires, and always be very careful. So here in this verse, Prahlad is saying that, we are all waiting for some future event to happen. Oh, when that will happen, when I will get married, or when I'll get a promotion in my job, or when my green card will come, or when my daughter will get married, or when this will happen, when that will happen, then I will get happiness. That's what it is, basically. We are waiting for some future event, like the mirage. It's, oh, if I run a little bit, I'll get that, I'll get that. Then you run, then you don't get it, then you run a little bit further. Like a deer is thinking, right? So I'll be closer. If I run a little bit more, I'll be closer to water. Then I run a little bit more, I'll be closer to water. So this is the rat race. We say rat race, right? Material world is a rat race. Everybody wants to be on the top. So it's a rat race. But some devotee was saying at the end of the race, you're still
a rat.
still a rat. So like that. So this is a rat race. Everybody is trying, morning till evening. Busy rat race. So purport. Let's read the purport. There is a song in the Bengali language which states, I constructed this home for happiness, but unfortunately there was a fire and everything has now been burned to ashes. I planned for happiness, but it actually I got attached to my home, I built my home, and then there was a fire, and now I'm feeling very distressed. So, of course, that doesn't mean we don't live in a home or anything like that, but material projects are doomed to failure. Why? Because we have to die. We have to die. So we may build up our empire and everything, but then we have to leave it and go. So this illustrates the nature of material happiness. Everyone knows it. But nonetheless, one plans to hear or think something very pleasing. Sometimes the people say, oh, be positive. Don't think negative. Be positive. Yeah, we should be positive, but we should be positive about spiritual life and negative about material life. Then we can make good spiritual progress. Positive in a false way is also bad, right? Like Prabhupada gives the example that eagle comes to attack a rabbit, and the rabbit will close its eyes. Oh, there is no eagle. There is no eagle. Does it mean the eagle has gone away because you have closed your eyes and you think positive? You closed your eyes and think positive. It doesn't mean that the eagle has gone away. So, similarly, if we deny the reality, oh, I'm in the cycle of birth and death, I'm going through so many different kinds of suffering, doesn't mean that you are not going to die, right? You are not going to get old, you're not going to get disease, and you're not going to go to the next body, right? So, we are in the cycle of birth and death. So, instead of being falsely optimistic, be realistic. Don't be falsely optimistic. No, you have to be realistic that what is actually the situation. And the Shastra gives us the reality. Don't be falsely positive. Of course, if you want to enjoy something without considering the consequences and nothing like that, then you can be in that falsely optimistic situation. But better to be realistic than be falsely optimistic. So here, everyone knows it, but nonetheless, one plans to hear or think something very pleasing. Prabhupada is saying, everybody knows that we are going to die, nothing is going to last. But still we plan to hear something. Unfortunately, all of one's plans are annihilated in due course of time because we have to live, so all the plans are finished. One lecture, Prabhupada was saying there was a man who was dying and he was telling the doctor, Doctor, can you please extend my life for 4 more years? I have many unfinished plans I have to execute. I have not, maybe done this or that. Can you please extend my life by 4 years? I have unfinished plans. So that is how our Maya is like that. But once we are gone, we are gone. What is the plan? There's no plan in this. And then when Mahavishnu will breathe in, everything will be finished in this material world. All the whole civilization will go away. So what are we planning in this material world? There were many politicians who planned empires, like Napoleon and previously Mahaprabhu, Hitler, supremacy and control of the world. But in due time, all their plans and empires, and even the politicians themselves, were vanquished. So now we have the American empire. That will also be finished at some point. Everyone should take lessons from Prahlad Maharaj. Like there was British Empire, which they used to say, sun never sets on the British Empire. Sun never sets. And Prabhupada, when he went to London, he said, they say sun never sets on the British Empire. Means British Empire will be for. But when I come to London, I always see it is very dark and gloomy. I never see the sun. He was joking. So
London is hell, he says.
London is hell, yeah. It's hell because it is always very gloomy and it rains and there is no sunshine. Or there is very little sunshine there, maybe, but very little. Everyone should take lessons from Prahlad Maharaj about how we are engaged in so-called temporary happiness through bodily exercises for sense enjoyment. So all of us repeatedly make plans which are all repeatedly frustrated. Therefore, one should stop such plan making. Yeah, we are making plans, but our plans may not succeed, the material plans. So we should know that. It may not succeed also. So we should plan for going back home, back to Godhead. We should plan our lives so that we can get out of the cycle of birth. That is real plan making. And Varnashram system has that plan. Okay, at a certain age, you give up so that now you had desire to enjoy. Okay, you did that. Now you give up so that now you are supposed to go back home, back to Godhead. So now engage in Krishna's service. And after 50, Prabhupada says one should take the warning of death very seriously because all the plans can finish, right? Yesterday we were, I think, Preeti was saying, right, how you may have all your appointments lined up and everything and your plans, and abrupt death can come or things can happen. It can put an abrupt halt to your plans. So we are making all these plans for enjoyment and all this. And that is the reason why we are transmigrating, because at the end of life, we are not completely convinced. And we thought if life would have gone like this or like that, Krishna gives another opportunity. So that's why sometimes Prabhupada said, you have to understand that there is no happiness in material enjoyment. And so then you can go back home. You can pursue spiritual life with great enthusiasm when you are convinced like that. Vyavasayitmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahu shakhai anantasya buddhayo vyavasayinam. Those who are on this path, they are very focused. Like an example is given, if you have a paper in sunlight, like you put a paper out in the sun, is the paper going to burn? Just it will not burn. Generally, it doesn't burn, right? But if you take a magnifying glass and use the same sun rays and focus those sun rays on the paper will start burning. So similarly, our consciousness is going everywhere, right? Bahu shakhai anantasya. Our consciousness is going here and there, everywhere it's going. But if you focus your consciousness on Krishna, right, then it will burn away all the impurities in the heart. That is, we have to be very absorbed. Yeah, Juhi wanted to say something. So we should be very absorbed. When we do whatever we should do it with great focus. We are chanting with great focus. If we are hearing with great focus. If we are doing our service, we do our service with great focus. So that is Vyavasayitmika Buddhi. Attention, with great attention and absorption, we should do, not multitasking. Because anyway, even if we do it with try to do it with great focus, we cannot do it, right? Because mind is going here. And so if we multitask, then how are we going to really achieve focus? So the goal of and spiritual life is to attain focus. It's meditation. Sometimes people ask, do you do meditation? Yes, we do meditation for 2.5 hours on the holy name of Krishna. So this is a mantra meditation, we say. Okay. So we'll take what Juhi wants to say.
No, I don't want to say. I want to ask a question. So, yeah, in chapter 2, there is a sloka, right? I forgot, like, I don't know the Sanskrit, but English translation is like, one who is taken birth is sure to die, and one who is die after death, there is birth, right? There
Yeah,
is some
correct.
sloka like that. So then, like, those who are on the path of bhakti, if they read this sloka, is it not like, even like there is no liberation? I mean, like those who will die will have to get a rebirth
Yeah.
according to that sloka. Then is it not little discouraging for people who wants, like, who wants to just go to Golok and not come
Yeah,
back?
but this is talking about birth in the material world, but you go back to spiritual world. So you kind of take birth in the spiritual world. Either you take birth in the material world or you take birth in the spirit. Means, of course, in spiritual world there is no birth in one sense, but you go back to your uh, original constitutional position, what you have in the spiritual world. So you go back there. So that is what it means. So if you don't go back to the spiritual world, then you have to take birth in the material world. Yeah, that's it's a good point what you are saying. But birth means you go back to if you are perfect, then you go back to the spiritual world. So you are now operating in the spiritual world. So it's like your birth there. Of course, sometimes we say we are already there, we are dreaming, and we are dreaming that we are in the material world. So when we wake up from the dream, then we'll realize, okay, I am in the spiritual world actually, not in the material world. Like you are with Krishna, but you are sleeping, right? You are dreaming. So you have gone, Krishna is there and everybody is there, but you have forgotten because you are in your own world. So to get out of that world and go back to the spiritual world is considered like, yeah, taking birth. You can say like that. Okay, so we'll finish this purport.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. As one cannot stop a blazing fire by constantly pouring ghee upon it, one cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. Krishna says, yeah, avritam jnanam etena, jnanino nityaverina, kamarupena kaunteya, dushpurena analinacha. He says, if you pour lust, we say, if you feed it more, it grows more. If you don't feed it, if you stop feeding the fire of lust, then it will ever fed, never satisfied, never fed, ever satisfied. Or less you feed it, the more satisfied. The more you feed it, the more it increases. So that is why he's saying one cannot satisfy oneself by increasing plans for sense enjoyment. The blazing fire is Bhava Mahadavagni, the forest fire of material existence. Like we say in the morning, yeah. Sansara Dava Nalalidha Loka. So what is the mercy? Then how we can get relief? That is a Tranaya Karunya Ghana Ghanatvam Praptasya Kalyana Gunarnavasya Vande Guru Sri Charanarovinda. So the spiritual master is the ocean, who is the rain that is being poured, right? So spiritual master is like a cloud that pours rain on this blazing fire of material existence and gives a soothing relief by his instructions, by his guidance. And where is the cloud getting the water from? Cloud is getting water from the ocean, and Krishna is the ocean of mercy. So the spiritual master is extending Krishna's mercy to you. Ocean cannot come to you, to the blazing fire, right? Ocean is somewhere and the blazing fire is in the forest. But what does the spiritual master do? It takes the water from the ocean of mercy, like Krishna, and then he showers that water. The cloud comes over the forest fire and showers, and that you get soothing relief. So Srila Prabhupada, is showering his mercy on us by his purports, by his instructions. So we can get, he's a representative of Lord Nityananda. There is a song, right? Nitai Padakamala Koti Chandra Shushitala. Somebody like to sing that song? Nitai Padakamala
I can see.
Koti Chandra Shushitala. Let me pull it up here. There's a different tune also.
Yeah, I have a different tune. Nitai pada kamala koti chandra shushitala jichai jagat jurai heno nitai bine bhai Radha Krishna paite nai drid kori dharo nitai pai se sambandh nahi jara वृथा जन्मा गेलो तारा सेई पशु बड़ो दुराचारा निताय ना बोलिलो मुखे मजिलो संसारा सुखे विद्याकुले की करे बेतार अहंकारे मत होइया निताय पद पाशरिया अस्य तेरे सत्य कोरी मानी निताय करुणा होबे ब्रजे राधा कृष्ण पाबे धरो निताय चरण दुखानी निताय चरण सत्या ताहार सेवक नित्या निताय पद सदा करो आशा नरोत्तम बोड़ो दुखी निताय मोरे करो सुखी राखो रंगा चरणेरा पाशा.
Okay.
There is one more tune also, I think, for this
Yeah,
one.
there's different tunes, but
Yeah. I just wanted to sing that tune, like just one paragraph. It is like Nitai Pad Kamala Koti Chandra Shushitala Jechaya Jagat Jura Heno Nitai Bine Bhai Radha Krishna Paite Nai Trida Kori Dharo Nitai Pai. It is this tune also.
Okay.
And then
Thank you. Yeah. So Agnidev Prabhu, he has sung many tunes, I mean, many songs, and but he is in not good health now. He's going to pass away from this world. So please pray for him. I think that something came on, right? ISKCON Columbus or somewhere.
Is this Prabhu in Mumbai? Like, because I saw Gaurang Darshan Das Prabhu's post regarding his health.
Yeah.
Oh,
Correct.
Hmm.
Okay.
There's another song, right, that says, Aura ka be nitai chande karuna hoibe samsara bhashan kabe tuchha be.
So anyway, so Nityananda is the, Srila Prabhupada is the representative of Lord Nityananda. And if we take shelter, you can read the translation later on. But yeah, if you take shelter of the, since we don't have time, we want to finish the purport. So if you take shelter of the representative of Lord Nityananda, then we'll get relief from all the blazing fire of material desires. We'll feel very calm and peaceful. So, okay, so let's see. The forest fire occurs automatically without endeavor. Yeah, it just starts. In our life, forest fires, we never expected our life. Like yesterday we were reading, the drama unfolds. We don't know what is the plot, right? What is there coming up? We never expected, right? The life would go like this in everybody's life, right? You never expected when, like, maybe when you are married, some people say, "Yeah, I never expected life would go like this after marriage." Or something like you were planning something and something else happened. You never expected life. So it's like the forest fire starts. Nobody expected that forest fire will start automatically without endeavor. This material world is like that. Who expected that, this war will start in Iran, Russia, US, Iran after 5 years back, right? There was no COVID was there. Nobody knew this war will start. Suddenly the war started. Russia, Ukraine also. So in our life also, like it is just suddenly something happens. Okay. So we want to be happy in the material world, but this will never be possible. We shall simply increase the blazing fire of desires. Our desires cannot be satisfied by illusory thoughts and plans. That's why Krishna says, Prajahati yada kaman sarva partha manogatan. Give up all your mentally concocted desires for enjoyment and sarva dharman parityajya, as Prabhupada says. We have to follow the instructions of Lord Krishna. Give up all your mentally concocted desires for material and take to my shelter. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. Then we shall be happy. Otherwise, in the name of happiness, we shall continue to suffer miserable conditions. So this is what will happen. Okay, we just did one verse. Sorry about that, but we'll continue tomorrow. The next verse, it's almost 8 o'clock. We'll start, then we cannot finish.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other thing about this analogy of mirage, mirage in a desert, we may see mirage of water and we run towards it, mirage moves further away. We run after desires, we get something, then more desires arise, we keep running and running.
Yeah.
Because we are trying to find something which is not here. We're trying to find the right thing but in the wrong place, right? It's not here, water is not there in the desert, and we keep running after that.
Yeah, and the desires never keep end. There's no end, right? Prabhupada says in one place that because of some pleasure of sex life, because of the pleasure coating, something like that, he says, one is willing to undergo through so much trouble. Undergo so much trouble. Like that, he says in one place.
Even Rishabh Dev says, right, we are here because of our desires for lust. And the verse is, we have been awarded the material body for sense gratification, 554. Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma.
Yeah.
So we had some pending desires, and that's why we have this material body.
Yeah, correct. So the thing is, we cannot be, see, the goal of life is to become happy. Sometimes we say, what is the success of life? Well, success of life is to get happiness. So I had written some, let me share this. Anyway, my time is up, but I'll share this. Keshav Maharaj had given us some assignment to how relating success with, there was some acronym I don't remember, but so I wrote a little bit. So definition of what is success in life as an assignment. What is success in life can vary from one person to another. Why do we seek success, or what can really be called success? Most will agree that the natural result of achieving any kind of success is happiness. Right? Ultimately, we want success because we want happiness. And to be always happy. Isn't that the greatest success of life? The ancient Vedanta Sutra text confirms this. We are Anandamayo Bhyasat. That is, we living entities are full of happiness, pleasure. According to Bhagavad Gita, we can achieve a state of happiness and thereby success, because success ultimately should translate to happiness. If you have a lot of money and all, but it is not making you any happy, all these things, it's not. So what is the real success, which is never ending and that which cannot be impeded by any changing external situation? So that is in Bhagavad Gita. In that joyous state, one is situated in boundless transcendental happiness. Krishna is talking about spiritual happiness. Realized through transcendental senses. Established thus, one never departs from the truth. And upon gaining this, he thinks there is no greater gain. Being situated in such a position, one is never shaken, even in the midst of the greatest difficulty. For sure, from our experience, our struggle for happiness in this world meets with so many impediments, is not always achieved, is very short-lived, and often turns to anxiety or boredom in the long run. What is this happiness that Krishna, the speaker of Bhagavad Gita, talks about above? So this I had to explain to a new person. So I wrote it like, this is the happiness that comes from self-realization. Self-realization, as the word implies, is nothing but realizing our true self. This true self is spiritual, not a product of matter, is eternal and part of the Supreme Self, whom we call as God or Krishna. This is our natural state of consciousness, happy state of consciousness. This consciousness can be achieved by accepting and practicing the principles of Bhagavad Gita, which Krishna identifies as Bhakti Yoga. The main practice in Bhakti Yoga is to bring our attention, consciousness to the message that Krishna speaks in the Bhagavad Gita. Living a life based on this message of Bhagavad Gita will surely elevate our consciousness and bring us out of lower consciousness to higher spiritual consciousness. Many spiritual practitioners in the past have achieved success, because this was all about success, by adopting in their life the principles of Bhakti Yoga, as Krishna confirms in Bhagavad Gita 4.10. Being freed from attachment, fear, and anger, being fully absorbed in me, and taking refuge in me, many persons in the past became purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attained transcendental love for me. If others have succeeded in the past, we too can succeed, since Bhakti Yoga is often described as a scientific process, which is repeatable. For sure, as in any discipline, we need teachers to guide us. We should approach a Bhakti Yoga practitioner to guide us with the understanding of the teachings of Bhagavad Gita, and we too can attain love for Krishna and that joyous, boundless, uninterrupted state of happiness, which will be the success of our life. So, anyway, that is the success of our life. Anyway, this to share that. Okay. Now you can share whatever you want to share. I'll keep quiet. Anything?
Yeah. Juhi wants to share first.
Hare Krishna Mataji, no, sorry, Ajay. Today I am running out of time, so I will listen today. You sing.
Preeti wants to share also.
Yes, true. If Mataji wants to go first, then I can go after her.
Okay.
Okay. I already sang, but I want to speak. So today is Rukmani Dwadashi. I want to speak about Rukmani Devi.
Nice.
It's appearance of Srimati Rukmani, and usually devotees recite the marriage pastime. Read the love letter Rukmani wrote.
You want me to pull up that on the screen here, or you want to share?
I pasted some pictures. You can keep the pictures for right now. Let me share the chapter here. I will speak something and then we'll pull the verses of the letter.
Okay, this picture I cannot. No, it's not okay. I can. Okay, 1 minute. I think.
Double click.
Yeah. It's not opening because maybe it's opened somewhere. Let me see. Download. Okay, let me download and somehow it doesn't work. Maybe you can share your screen, so that will be better.
Okay. Okay. This one. Share. You have given me, you need to open up sharing.
Oh, okay. Allow.
Okay. All right. Do you see the? Okay. All right. So we know that Rukmini is what place is she? Sorry, I forgot. Kundina, right? Kundinapur. So Brahmanas used to, come to her palace. Her father's name is Bhishmak, and they used to glorify Krishna about his beautiful form and his beautiful heart. They would glorify, and Rukmini was a small girl, and she would be attentively listening to these Krishna's glories, and she gave her heart to Krishna. Rukmini represents a sadhaka, a bhakta, and just by hearing from great souls like Narad Muni, Rukmini gave her mind and her heart to Krishna. Now Rukmini had a brother, Rukmi, and Rukmi was in friend with Shishupal. So Rukmini represents a sadhaka, Rukmi represents uncontrolled mind. Bhagavad Gita says our uncontrolled mind is our greatest enemy. So our mind is our enemy because it has got a lot of bad conditioning, bad samskars from many, many lifetimes. So one devotee was saying that today we may be sitting as a devotee, but in the past we have done all sorts of sins. Millions of lifetimes we eating meat, having been murdered somebody, been a dacoit, been butchers, everything we have done. So that's why there's a lot of bad samskars on our mind. But Shastra says, Om apavitro pavitro va sarva avastha gatopi va yah smaret pundarikaksha sabhaya abhyantara suchi. So if whatever state we may be in, unpurified or purified, if we remember Shri Krishna, he cleanses us from within and without. So our mind wants to rebel against Krishna. Mind wants to independently enjoy. So that is, Rukmi represents that. And Rukmini, who represents a sadhaka, wants to marry Krishna, wants to surrender to Krishna. But Rukmi, the uncontrolled mind, says he makes another plan to surrender to somebody else. So that's why Rukmi wants Rukmini to marry Shishupal. And Shishupal represents envy of Krishna. From birth, Shishupal was envious of Krishna, was seeing blasphemy towards Krishna. So we are in this material world because we were envious of Krishna. So in this world, we want to be recognized, we want to become wealthy, famous, beautiful, powerful, right? We want to be the center, get attention of everybody. But all beauty, all power, all fame, all wealth belongs to Krishna. But when we desire these things for us, we are competing against Krishna, right? So I should be praised, I should be recognized. All of this shows envy towards Krishna. So Rukmi, which represents the mind, has a friendship friendship with Shishupal, who presents envy. And Maharaj Bhishmak, who is the father of Rukmini, represents intelligence. Our intelligence is supposed to take us towards Krishna. Therefore, Bhishmak initially he planned to have his daughter married to Krishna, but this intelligence also gets polluted, right? Polluted with the uncontrolled mind. The mind controls the intelligence. So Rukmi, he tells Bhishmak, and that I'm your eldest son. You give me the responsibility to decide where my sister should be married. And so Bhishmak agreed. So what happens to our intelligence is our intelligence becomes bewildered by the uncontrolled mind. So instead of, hearing, the intelligence should become subservient to Guru, Sadhu, and Shastra. That's what the intelligence should work on, whatever the Shastra says. So the visiting Brahmanas, Narad Muni, and all that were coming to Bhishmak's place, he should have listened to them, all the Guru Varga. But instead, he listened to the uncontrolled mind, which is Rukmi. So everybody agreed to Rukmi's proposal. All arrangements were made. Rukmini was getting married to Shushupal, but Rukmini Devi, she was crying that she is being forced to marry Shushupal. So what does a sadhaka do when all the odds are against us? When we feel down, when we feel that I cannot make it to Krishna consciousness, what happens when we are not able to overcome our anarthas, our uncontrolled mind? So some people take to things like drinking, watching TV, and forgetting the reality. They want to forget their problems. But these things are only temporary stopgap measures, right? They give temporary enjoyment, temporary relief. But as we are hearing from this past, Prahlad Maharaj, right, we want a permanent solution. So Rukmini Devi, what did she do when all odds were against her? She took a pen and paper and she wrote a letter to Krishna. This is the first love letter, which is her outpouring of her emotions of love for Krishna. So we will read, let's see, this letter. Stop sharing and share the thing. So Sri Rukmini said in her love letter as read by the Brahmanas, O beauty of the worlds, having heard of your qualities which enter the ears of those who hear and remove their bodily distress, and having also heard of your beauty which fulfills all the visual desires of those who see, I have fixed my
Are you
shameless...
sharing your screen? I don't know.
I am. Are you not able
Everybody-
to see? Anybody is able to see?
Yes,
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 I can see.
Mataji. We are able to see.
We can see, Mataji.
Okay, I don't
It's a
know.
verse 37 you are sharing, right? Sri Rukmini
Yes.
said you highlighted that one.
Okay, I don't know why
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
not showing
We're
again.
able to see, yeah.
I have pasted the link. You can go through that.
Can you share again? I need it.
Yeah. Okay, now you see.
Now I'm seeing, yeah.
Okay. O beauty of the worlds, having heard of your qualities, which enter the ears of those who hear and remove their bodily distress, and having also heard of your beauty, which fulfills all the visual desires of those who see, I have fixed my shameless mind upon you, O Krishna. O Mukunda, you are equal only to yourself in lineage, character, beauty, knowledge, youthfulness, wealth, and influence. O lion among men, you delight the minds of all mankind. What aristocratic, sober minded, and marriageable girl of a good family would not choose you as her husband when the proper time has come? Therefore, my dear Lord, I have chosen you as my husband, and I surrender myself to you. Please come swiftly, O Almighty One, and make me your wife. My dear lotus eyed Lord, let Shishupal never touch the hero's portion like a jackal stealing the property of a lion. If I have sufficiently worshipped the Supreme Personality of Godhead by pious works, sacrifices, charity, rituals, and vows, and also by worshipping the demigods, Brahmanas, and Gurus, then may Gadagraj come and take my hand and not Damagosh's son or anyone else. O unconquerable one, tomorrow when my marriage ceremony is about to begin, you should arrive unseen in Vidarbha and surround yourself with the leaders of your army. Then crush the forces of Chaitya and Magadendra and marry me in the Rakshas style, winning me with your valor. Since I will be staying within the inner chambers of the palace, you may wonder, how can I carry you away without killing some of your relatives? But I shall tell you a way. On the day before the marriage, there is a grand procession to honor the royal family's deity, and in this procession, the new bride goes outside the city to visit goddess Girija. O lotus eyed one, great souls like Lord Shiva
hanker to bathe in the dust of your lotus feet and thereby destroy their ignorance. If I cannot obtain your mercy, I shall simply give up my vital force, which will have become weak from the severe penances I will perform. Then, after hundreds of lifetimes of endeavor, I may obtain your mercy. So, a Brahmana was chosen to carry this letter for Rukmini to Krishna. Just going through the first verse, which is a nice verse. Rukmini Devi is saying that Shrutva, Bhuvana Sundar. She is calling, addressing Krishna as Bhuvana Sundar. Krishna, you are the abode of all beauty, and whatever may be beautiful in this world, whether it's a beautiful person or a beautiful place like Switzerland or uh, Hawaii, like that, someone may find something very attractive in this world, but all that attraction is coming from Krishna. Krishna is sarva akarshiti iti Krishna, you say he's all attractive. It is the Krishna is the artist. It is attractive. Anything of this world is attractive because the artist has made it attractive, and Krishna is that artist, and all beauty, all attractiveness comes from Krishna. Yad yad vibhuti matsatvam shri madurjitam eva tatta devavagachatvam mama tejo ansa sambhavam. Krishna says anything that is beautiful or glorious in this creation is but a spark of my splendor. So Rukmini is Devi is calling Krishna as Bhuvana Sundar. And then Shruta Gunan, after hearing your qualities, that is the Shrutva Gunan. And then Harato Angatapam. Let's see, Harato Angatapam. What that means is that when we hear about you, Hari, then our tap, our suffering, our distress is destroyed when we hear about you. So I was hearing this devotee, he was saying that, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj, he was going through 4th stage melanoma cancer. And the cancer had spread all over his body, liver, lungs, bones, and he was skin and bones. And the pain was so deep that even the painkillers were not helping him much. But Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj was saying that I cannot be more happier than this. Because he was hearing Hari Katha, Hari Nam Kirtan, and he was specifically hearing Krishna's Vrindavan pastimes. And he was saying that this, I cannot get better than this, it cannot be much happier than this. All his distress was gone hearing Krishna Katha. So this is a reality. So then she's saying Rupam Drisham Drishimatam. What she's saying is that by seeing your beauty we can fulfill all our desires. Akhilartha Labham. Rupam Drisham Arshit Drashit Matam Akhilartha Labham. So by seeing your beauty with our eyes, it fulfills artha, all our material, all our desires are fulfilled. And then she's calling Krishna as Achyuta here. Achyuta, we know the definition of Achyuta is Krishna is infallible, which means Krishna never fails to give protection to his devotees. So Rukmini Devi is saying, I'm your devotee. I'm asking you to protect me. Please don't disappoint me. Please come and take me. So as we read in this letter, we can see the determination of Rukmini Devi. She's saying, if Krishna, you don't accept me in this lifetime, that's okay. Because I'm not qualified. I'm not a good devotee. I'm not qualified. Lord Shiva and Brahma are not able to get the dust of your lotus feet. So what to think about me? I'm not qualified, but I will not give up. I will perform austerities and bhajan for hundreds and hundreds of lifetimes so that in some lifetime I may receive your mercy and attain you as my husband. And Prabhupada says I think he says in Krishna book that we should have a determination like Rukmani. So he says, just one paragraph I'm reading. Rukmani knew very well that obtaining the favor of Krishna was not easy. Since even Lord Shiva must purify himself for this purpose, surely it would be difficult for Rukmani, who is the daughter of a Kshatriya king. Thus she desired to dedicate her life to observing severe austerities and penances such as fasting and going without bodily comforts. If it were not possible in this lifetime to gain Krishna's favor by these activities, she was prepared to die from such austerities and to undergo similar difficulties lifetime after lifetime. In Bhagavad Gita, it is said that pure devotee of Lord executes devotional service with great determination. Such determination, as exhibited by Rukmini Devi, is the only prize
for purchasing Krishna's favor. One should be strongly determined in Krishna consciousness, and that is the way to ultimate success. So as you know, Krishna heard Rukmani's letter. Krishna was actually in a fight with Jarasandh. Jarasandh had attacked Mathura, 17 times. This was the 18th time that he was attacking, and he was attacking with Kalyavan. So there were about 330 million Yavan soldiers surrounding Dwarka, and but Krishna received this letter from Rukmani, and Rukmani is saying that Rukmani is a pure devotee of Krishna. So Krishna says to the Brahmana, let me read these 4 verses here in the next. So Krishna says to the Brahmana after reading the letter, thus hearing the confidential message of Princess Vidarbhi, Lord Yadunandan took the Brahmana's hand and smiling spoke to him as follows. The Supreme Lord said, just as Rukmani's mind is fixed on me, my mind is fixed on her. I can't even sleep at night. I know that Rukmi, out of envy, has forbidden our marriage. She has dedicated herself exclusively to me, and her beauty is flawless. I will bring her here after thrashing those worthless kings in battle, just as one brings a blazing flame out of firewood. So Sukdev Goswami said, Lord Madhusudan also understood the exact lunar time for Rukmani's wedding. So Krishna also knows the exact time. Things that are destined, Muhurat. It's Rukmani's time to get married. Thus he told his driver, Daruka, ready my chariot immediately. So Krishna is, his mind is also fixed. So when we think of Krishna, Krishna also thinks of us. So Krishna is saying, my mind is also fixed on Rukmani. So Rukmani conquered the heart of Krishna by hearing about Krishna and fixing her mind upon Krishna. And then she offered her prayers to Krishna in the form of the letter. So like Rukmani Devi, we need to hear Hari Katha. We need to hear about Krishna's pastimes, his amazing qualities, and attach our mind to Krishna. Then we need to write a letter to Krishna in the form of our prayers to Krishna. So when we pray to Krishna, there should be 4 elements in the prayer. What? These four elements are in Rukmani's prayer. So first we need to praise the Lord. Then we need to thank the Lord, then beg forgiveness from the Lord for all our mistakes, and then finally reveal our spiritual desires to the Lord. So these should be the prayers. And last thing, I think in some verse, this is Krishna says.
Can you repeat those 4 items, Mataji?
Yes, 4 items are: first we need to glorify the Lord, praise the Lord for his beauty, for his beautiful qualities. Then we need to thank the Lord for all the things that he has given us, beg forgiveness from the Lord for all our mistakes, and finally reveal our spiritual desires. Yeah, so here, this is very nice. So Rukmani, as she was being carried by Krishna on the chariot, there were armies following the chariot, and Balram's army fought the people, and Rukmi also was following Rukmani's chariot. So Rukmani was getting actually afraid, scared that all these people are going to attack Krishna. So Krishna says to Rukmani, don't be afraid, beautiful eyed one. This enemy force is about to be destroyed by your soldiers. As soon as we connect to Krishna, Krishna shares his property, his opulence with the devotees. And Krishna is saying that your soldiers, your army, now it was earlier Krishna's army, right? But as soon as Rukmani got attached to Krishna, it became her army. So Krishna is saying, don't worry, your soldiers will destroy all these enemy forces. So that was really nice. So that is Sadaya Bhak Tatyanukampam Susumikshmanu Bhunjana Evatma Kritam Vipakam Ridvag Purbi Vidadan Namaste Jivita Yo Mukti Pade Sadaya Bhak. Daya Bhak means inheritor of Krishna's property. Krishna will share his spiritual world, his everything, his opulence with us for a devotee who even going through a very difficult time in his life. He is thankful to Krishna, is grateful to Krishna, and offers his obeisances and keeps serving Krishna with his body, mind, and words, then he becomes an inheritor of Krishna's property. So that's all I wanted to share. Thank you, Prabhu.
So, Mataji, you mentioned glorifying Krishna, asking forgiveness, surrendering. So, will that happen through the same one single Mahamantra? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Yes, Prabhu. Actually, I mean, there are 9 processes of devotional service, right? Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Smaranam. Kirtanam also begins with Shravanam. Unless we know the glories of the holy name, we will not be having enthusiasm and steadiness in chanting the holy name. So everything starts with Shravanam, then Kirtanam, and then finally leads to Smaranam. Smaranam is what we are wanting to have. Always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna at the time of death. Antakale chamameva smaran muktva kalevaram. So what really matters externally, you can be chanting with your tongue, fine, Hare Krishna, but internally, where is your mind is what really matters, what really Krishna is looking for. But externally, you start to do and you attempt, you endeavor to put your mind to Krishna finally. So what Krishna wants is for us to fix our mind on him. Man mana bhav bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Right? So that is ultimate instruction. So Kirtanam should lead to Smaranam. Yeah. Prabhuji, would you like to add anything?
No, it was very nicely narrated how Rukmi represents the mind and Bhishmak is the intelligence. So
And
how
Rukmini is the
Rukmini is the devotee
devotee.
and Rukmi is the uncontrolled mind. So
And Shishupal is envy towards Krishna.
so the uncontrolled mind wants us to be envious of Krishna, basically, right? So, or get married to somebody who is envious of Krishna. So with intelligence, we have to control the mind. I mean, but when the mind gives itself, the intelligence becomes controlled by the uncontrolled mind, then it's a problem. So Bhishmak actually had good intention for Rukmini, but because of the influence of Rukmi, he became, diverted. So I think it wasn't Bhishmak wanted her to marry Krishna in the beginning. Maybe something like that.
Yeah. Everybody wanted Rukmini to marry Krishna. Everybody said she's best, fit for Krishna. But yeah, Rukmi changed her father's mind.
Yeah. So Krishna is also thinking about us. He cannot sleep. Oh, this is nice. Okay, so Krishna reciprocates. So this you were saying Daya Bhak, right? Tatenu Kampam Susunikshma. So when we are suffering, it is meant to rectify our mentality, right? The suffering is, they say, is to remove the last vestiges of material attachments. I think in that purport only. So sometimes when we are suffering, we may be doing, we are not maybe surrendered to Krishna. So Krishna, or we may be having material attachments. Krishna is giving us the suffering so that we can become serious about our spiritual life. That is also. And if you are already serious about spiritual life and suffering is coming, then we should think, yes, it is Krishna's mercy.
So that's what the devotee needs to write a letter to Krishna in the form of prayers. I mentioned Rukmini was stuck in that problematic situation. She was helpless. She couldn't do anything. So all she did was she prayed to Krishna in the form of that love letter. That's prayers, and that's what the devotee prays to Krishna. And Krishna comes and fulfills the desires of the devotee, removes the obstacles on the path, the bhakta.
Yeah. So we are suffering, but sometimes, it's like drinking the hot sugarcane juice. It is burning our tongue, but we are very attached to it. That is I was thinking about Kamanadam. that they know that this is a very, still the jiva does not surrender to Krishna. That is my condition. Even though we are not suffering in this material existence and, you know, but still we are attached to this little drops of honey. So Krishna gives more suffering, and then, right, he creates a very difficult situation so that, yes, Krishna says if somebody wants to surrender to him, but at the same time he wants some material happiness, what is this? Krishna kahe ama bhaje.
मांगे विषया सुख अमृत छाड़ी विष मांगे यही बड़ा मूर्ख
Ami vigya ei
आमी
murke.
विद्या ए मूर्खे विषया के निदिबा स्वचरणामृत विषया भुलाइबा.
So that is why also Krishna gives us misery, so that we can take more shelter of Krishna. So, yeah, and for the great souls, the misery comes to show how they are fixed up in Krishna consciousness, right? How they're, it's like a demonstration of the devotion of that great devotee, how they are completely absorbed in Krishna. And it sets an example for all the others. Like with Srila Prabhupada, how he was dictating purports to Bhagavatam, even in that stage. And for others, misery is coming so that we can become more serious. We have material desires. So Krishna is saying, as long as you maintain material desire, miseries will come. And so you give up your material desires. Like that. I was just thinking about that verse, Tatenu Kampam Susumikshama. Yeah. Okay. Anything you anybody like to share? Anything?
I can share, Prabhu.
Go ahead.
I mean, this we're talking about this material world. So Lord Krishna also says that, right? This is Dukhalaya Ashashvatam, right? Mamupitya Punarjanma. So is only is made it, and so one should know that this material world is designed to frustrate us, that we can turn towards Krishna. So I read few articles by Radhanath Swami. There's a small book and very nice short articles as he has written. So I'll read a couple of them.
Is it the soul wise? The soul wise?
Yeah, yes. I read the whole book and I find like few, I mean, all of them are nice, but I'll read.
There's another book, Nectar Drops and Soul Wise, right? There are two books, yeah.
It would be nice to share it on the screen so we can follow along.
Mataji, I have a book. I can take a picture.
I do that, right? I take pictures.
I'll take a picture.
Yeah, just easy to follow along.
Soul Wise. Okay, I don't see it. There is a Kindle version. Otherwise, I would have bought the Kindle version.
I can take picture. I'll try that.
Soul Wise.
Like that, but for next time you can have picture. It's okay.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. I'll post picture after that. Maybe you can read it later. So the title is World of Temporary Happiness. Many years back, there was a newspaper article about one of the wealthiest men in the world. He had a son going to college who was studying anthropology. He went to do a project in New Guinea to study man-eating cannibals. He wanted to write a book on these people and get his PhD. After doing interviews and taking photos for his research, he was returning back to his ship on a little boat. While he was on his way to the ship, the little boat began to sink. Finding no other way to survive, he swam across to the island. Nobody was able to trace him after that. This rich man sent his assistants and police all over the island to look for his son. And they found that the object of the son's studies, the man-eating cannibals, ate him. This man was devastated. On being interviewed by several newspapers, he said, "With all my hundreds of millions of dollars,
with all my power and influence over governments, societies, and bank, with all my fame and my good health, I will never be able to find a moment of happiness in my entire life because my son has been killed. All the happiness of this world is temporary. So, they see that, everything he has it. He has the power, he has influence over government, he has so much money. And he himself is saying that my son has been killed and I find no happiness. A similar situation like Chitraketu Maharaj, he had everything, but he had no son. So he was completely devastated because that desire, so burning desires. So in we say that in everything, and of course, I mean, he's saying that he's not happy. But if he has, son also, but already you said it that there are three things possible if we have the material happiness in this world, because ultimately everything will be taken away at the time of death. Either you are happy or not. And also that everything in this world is like what is good, what is bad, Dvaitra Bhadra Bhadra Jnanam, right? That verse is saying, so it is all illusion. What we are seeing is all illusion. We are in a dream. So as this another article, is saying that the reign of mercy. So everything, we say that in this world, in this there's a three miseries, threefold miseries: adhyatmik, adi bhautik, and adi devik. So it's all, everybody is tortured by this miseries. So what is the rain, what is that mercy, who is uh, calm down that burning, or burning our hearts. So another article is the reign of mercy. Material existence is like a burning forest fire. It is burning our hearts. Who can say that their hearts are not burning due to the anxieties of material life? All our attempts for relief and happiness in this world are consumed by this burning, blazing forest fire. All of our success and credible accomplishments are ultimately evaporated by the sun of material existence. In this difficult situation, people are suffering. Spiritually minded people pray for God to come into their lives and relieve them of the pains and sufferings of this existence. After a long stretch of being burned by the sun and the forest fire of material existence, the onset of beautiful blackish rain clouds brings great hope. We feel refuge, we feel sheltered. The blackness in the rain clouds indicates the presence of rain, the rain of God's mercy. The rain is nourishing, life giving mercy that relieves us from the heat of the sun and gives nourishment to all living beings. When God comes, the rains of his mercy fill our lives. Then all wonderful fortune and happiness from within are bestowed upon us by his divine mercy. So in this world, in all the, and they say that the material existence is like a forest fire. Without a reason, even just, the bamboo trees are, rubbing together and there is a fire and it's like a blazing fire. We have seen the example in this material world also, like a couple of years back, we had this in California, sir. I think we had a fire. So it all, all of sudden it's no, from out of nowhere it comes up. So only if we chant Krishna's name, there's a verse also, right? Aho aho bhirna kalir vidyate sudha sudhara madhuram pade pade dine dine chandan chandra shitalam yesho yeshoda taniyasya giyate. The one who daily sings the glories of Yeshoda's son, Krishna, and so that, who is cooling as like a sandalwood or camphor, that katha, that glories of Lord is like a sandalwood. If anything is burning, the sandal gives the coolness. So those who are troubled in this age of Kali Yuga by all these miseries or fire, the burning hearts and burning forest fire, can be can get calmness or coolness by hearing the sweetest nectar or by singing the glories of Yashoda's son Krishna. These two articles, I feel like that is it's on our discussion. This one, I'll send it the picture of these two. I want to say one story that I read yesterday. I think today is a appearance day of Jiyad Narsimha. Have anybody heard about it? It is little bit mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita also. I can share that story. That I can paste it. One of the devotees sent it, and I was reading some of them. So, one second. I don't know if something is, I can't paste it. Okay, here it is. Okay, I cannot, it's a long story, but I think there's a limitation of words.
You can share your screen, Mataji.
I can read that story. Later on, I paste it. So I don't know if something is wrong with this. Okay. So this is, I read a little bit about this. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, I think Madhya Leela is talking about the Jiyad Narsimha temple is situated on the top of a hill about 5 miles away from Vishakhapatnam. So it is the nearby railway station is to Simhachal. So there's a deity of Jayad Narsimha. So what is the story behind that? It says that Lochan Das, he is glorifying and he's singing that he's talking about this story. So is it okay that I can just read the story and later on maybe I paste it?
Is it in Chaitanya Charitamrita?
No, Mataji, this story is not from the, I don't find in Chaitanya Charitamrita. It's from different book. But some devotee sent me. I don't know the book exactly, but I found it something about in Chaitanya Charitamrita. Little bit is talking about the deity. So it says that there is a farmer whose name is Punrua Goyal. He was once lived there, and he grew a large crop of cucumbers and stayed awake every night guarding it. One night he didn't guard, and a wild pig devoured a bunch of cucumbers. The next night he waited with a bow and arrow to kill that boar. The wild boar chanted Ram name when he hit by the farmer's arrow, and he fled to a nearby mountain cave. So this is a temple of Lord Varahadev. But so he's saying that one farmer was there. There is actually a place where king is there, and there is one farmer in that area, and his name is Punuruya Goyal, and he was guarding he has a farming his cucumbers, and he was guarding, and one day he forget to guard it, so one wild boar come and he ate all of them. So next day he was guarding and he killed that boar, and then when he was shot by that arrow, and that boar was chanted the Lord Ram's name. So, and he by chanting the Lord Ram name, and he entered into the mountain cave. So the farmer, he was perplexed. He said, and then he was thinking, he was wondered how a dull animal like a pig
had chanted the Lord name Ram. He thought it must be the Lord himself, disguised as a boar. Standing outside the cave, the farmer called the wounded pig. Who are you? Who are you? There was no response. Afraid and sad within the heart, farmer fasted for 2 days. He thought, what have I done? I am the lowest, most sinful miscreant. There's no one more wretched than me. So he was fasting. So, feeling compassion for the farmer, the merciful Lord spoke to him from the sky. He said, I'm God Himself. You have hurt me with your arrow because I ate your cucumbers. Now, don't worry, just go home. The farmers became downcast and kept on fasting. Again, the Lord spoke from the sky, You foolish farmer, why are you suffering so much for nothing? You have not committed any offense, so stop fasting and go home. The farmer said, I have hurt you with my arrows. So what is the use of my life? Even if I die, I can't escape my offense. Yamraj, the god of death, will punish me by whipping and beating me. How can I purify myself? The Lord replied, You haven't committed any offense. Don't worry, I am unlimitedly pleased with you. The farmer says, Then all is well. On your assurance, I will give up my fear. But how do I know that I am free from offense of shooting arrows at the boar? If I can see you with my eyes, then I will be satisfied. Then I'll inform the king, and you should be the witness. If you become the witness, I will be pleased. The Lord says, All right, I will fulfill your desire and give this boon to you. Hearing this, the farmer joyfully ran to the king's palace. When he came to the palace gate, he said, Listen, gatekeeper, please inform the king of my unique and wonderful story. The king will enjoy it. Next, the farmer was led into the palace to tell the king his story. The king became astonished to hear that God had taken the form of a boar and talked to the farmer. Is this really true? Asked the king. So he replied, Yes, my lord, let's go there together. Then your doubts will be destroyed. God will keep his promise to me and tell you everything. The king said, If I hear God gave his order, then I will become your servant for the rest of my life. The king and the farmer walked to the mountain cave where the boar was staying. The king fell prostrated before the cave's entrance and offered prayers to the god. The Lord's heart melted to see the king's sincerity and humility. The Lord said, O king, believe the words of the farmer. Now pour milk into this cave and you will attain me. Delighted to hear the Lord speaking, the king dutifully poured milk into the cave. So the Lord has taken the form of a boar, and when he was shot by arrow, he entered into that mountain cave, and he was there, but nobody can see him. He was not like exactly in the form of boar there. And then he gave the instruction to that king that you pour milk and then you will able to see me. And so by hearing this, the Lord is speaking. So the king dutifully poured milk into the cave, and suddenly from the ground a top knot of hair come into the view. So from the ground first hair is coming, and then he's realizing that deity form of the Lord was manifesting. Everyone became blissful and started chanting the names of Hari and playing musical instrument. As more milk was poured, more of the Lord's transcendental form appeared. So hairs and then head and then face and chest and arms. So he said the head, face, chest, arms, belly, and thighs. Although they kept pouring milk, but the Lord chose not to reveal his lotus feet. So he said this from the sky that you will not see my feet, so don't pour milk anymore. So the king felt ecstatic to have the witness the appearance of the Lord. However, he also lamented not being able to see the Lord's sweet lotus feet. He arranged a huge mahotsav, a festival, to honor the deity with opulent food offerings, dresses, and arati. While gazing at the Lord with love and devotion, the king's heart overflowed with satisfaction. So this is a story, and another thing is saying another incident that that deity is having a two stone
by his side, and how these two women become a stone. That one day a merchant, by hearing these glories, one day a merchant came with two women to take darshan of the deity. And after seeing the deity, the merchant paid obeisance and walked out of the temple. So yeah, and abruptly what happened, the temple door closed, slammed behind the merchant, and leaving the two women locked inside. Though the door, he heard the two ladies talking to the Lord. So when he come out, the two women that he came with, two women, they were inside, and the door was locked. So he become perplexed that what happened. And then he was hearing, and he heard the sound that these two ladies were talking to the Lord. And the merciful Lord responded, and then he was in anxiety, that merchant, and he was praying to the Lord. And then after that, after some time, the door was opened. And then merchant saw the most astonishing thing. Then he re-entered the temple. The two women had turned into the stone, were standing beside the Lord. Considering himself most fortunate, the merchant fell down at the Lord's feet, praying, "Oh Lord, please give me the boon that you will be named after me." So my parents gave me the name Jiyat. So my Lord, I desire that you take this name. So this is the story behind the deity named Jiyad Narsimha. So this story is spoken by Lochandas Thakur. So yeah, that's, after that, this deity was called as Jiyad Narsimha. This story is not in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, but in Chaitanya Charitamrita it is mentioned about this deity, where it is mentioned in there, but yeah. Thank you,
What are
Prabhuji.
the two women? So, because they also turn into DT form, right? Seems like.
What?
The two women who were locked inside, they also turn into a DT form.
Yeah, it is there that he take the DT was there already, because DT was appeared when the king was pouring the milk and it's coming from the ground. So the DT was there, and I see the name is not there. So probably this merchant was wanted that, okay, you give this boon that you will take my name, so you will be called by my name. So he said that Jiyad Narsimha. I don't know why he's called as Narsimha, because he took a form of boar. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank you.
You have a link for this story, or maybe you can share later if there is any.
I'll share this one.
Yeah. Okay, it's very nice. Anything else you would like to share? Okay, then we'll stop here. It's almost 9 o'clock. Thank you, everyone, for your association and participation.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.